And you're back with Third Degree. While the extremists boil with racial indignation, some young people are looking to find the middle ground where race no longer predominates.
If I really was a racist, would I say things like that?
I'm not racist, I'm a realist. I don't hate white people, I know that.
I'm not racist.
I'm not a racist, but... That is what many young South Africans say, then go on to make outrageous racial slurs. All too often they fall back on race.
I mean, I can't get a job because I'm white, right?
To explain why they are unemployed, why they've got poor education.
My entire life, I went through public school. And the difficulty that I met when I got into varsity.
Young people under the age of 25 have a joblessness rate comfortably over 40%. When you face that situation, the natural thing to do is to reflect on, why am I in this quandary? And then you start looking for explanations. And unfortunately, young people are clutching onto explanations for why they are in that quandary in terms of race relations in the country or our racist past.
And the truth is, people are still officially categorized according to race.
When you apply for a university or when you want to enter the labor market, you apply for a job, the first thing you have to do is you have to say, are you white or are you black or are you colored or are you Indian? And even the word African is used to define a certain group of people. Excluding me, I regard myself as an African because I live in Africa and I will always live in Africa. I'm not a European.
But amidst the racial anger and tension, some hope. These two young ad executives decided to take matters into their own hands. They've had enough of polarization, enough of the racial anger that spews forth over the internet.
Felt like things were going spiraling out of control. You feel like whatever happens, you're going to lose out, because on my side, it's like I've worked very hard to where I want to be. So if the country sort of becomes, people start fighting, then I lose out.
They started a campaign called I Am Neutral South African and set up this Facebook page.
We wanted to create this platform for people to say, okay, here's this platform for us to use, let's debate, let's talk about what can we do to fix this country, and only by encouraging healthy debate can this country really move forward in a positive sphere.
Their aim? To find the middle ground, to change the mindset of young South Africans of all race groups, to encourage them to unite, to deal collectively with the country's social problems, and to move away from race.
Instead of moaning and whining, let's actually do something about it. Let's change people's perceptions of South Africa. Me as a white guy, I've got more in common with a black guy or an Indian guy who shares the same mind space as me than any white person who's trying to pull this country apart. And the same applies to, I think, most of the youth in the country.
Tsepo designed this logo, printed on funky t-shirts, bumper stickers and posters.
I thought maybe because the silhouette of a person makes the I for I am SA neutral. I thought maybe if I start using that, so it sort of makes it like a personal initiative for all individuals to start taking control of what is happening in our country.
And they realize the internet cannot reach everyone.
We need to start getting our message out there, getting into schools, getting into townships, getting into big business. It needs South Africa to take ownership of something like this.
Now they've teamed up with a Cape Town-based group, the Green Skin Initiative. Christoff Smuts, the founder, says the project was a response to the recent racial tension sparked by the murder of AWB leader Eugene Terreblanche. And Julius Malema's singing of the now infamous struggle song, Kill the Boer.
I thought to myself, gee, if everybody were green, we wouldn't have problems. If everybody, in the world, subscribe to one, culture of just loving people, all right, then, then everything would be, okay.
He started a Facebook conversation encouraging young South Africans to assume one skin color, green, to eliminate racial divisions. Within a day, there were 15,000 members, all yearning for one thing, unity and non-racialism. Now Christo is taking his message to the streets.
It's not an organization, all right? It's a moral brand, okay? We want to create critical mass by changing consciousness, all right? We want people, I mean, to paint your face green is going to accomplish nothing. You're not going to go and change your everyday life, all right? We're promoting a lifestyle of understanding.
Christo says young South Africans have a common purpose and should unite.
But it's a new struggle. And this new struggle is going to require a new liberator. The struggle today is a struggle every South African is experiencing. All right? The struggle today is we've got crime, we've got poverty, we've got HIV and AIDS, we've got corruption. All these things hamper the progress of South Africa. All these things keep somebody from getting a job. All these things are going to put us down, and if we're going to put race into it, trying to solve those issues, then we are not going to get anywhere. We have enough problems as it is.
You may dismiss the Greens and the Neutrals as hopelessly idealistic, but unlike the extremists, they're looking to find what binds us and not what keeps us apart. At least it's a step in the right direction. But there's only one real way to get rid of the thorny issue of race, make real inroads on poverty, inequality and unemployment.
We have a chance. We don't have to be trapped in that. We have a chance to change things. We have a chance to say you can't have a situation where less than 1% of the population owns all the land in this country. You know, you can change that. You can give them better education, you can give them better housing, healthcare. And if you do this, you are already on your way to defeating racism.
And that's it for this week. Now, we'd like to ask our Facebook fans to refrain from crude racist remarks and hate speech. We encourage you to debate the issues that we raise on Third Degree, but please do so with respect for human rights and others' dignity. If it does become hate speech, we will remove it from the Facebook page. But as always, you're welcome to send us your comments, and the contact details coming up on your screen. That's our fax, email, and other details.